Hola YouTube, my name is Ricardo Lino and I'm a wheel addict. Today we're gonna make something different. We're not gonna make a video. Basically we're gonna use this video platform which is YouTube, but we're gonna use it mainly for audio. But I'm not gonna do this alone. So today I'm gonna make a call to someone which is really special for the inline skating world. So let's see how this goes. It's gonna be my first Skype call being recorded. From what I know, it's his second Skype call. Let's see how this goes. Hey, can you hear me? Wait, give me a second. I don't know what's going on in here. Wait.
I see a logo.
Yeah, it's working now. Let me see, just trying to level the... Yo.
You can see me. I can't see you though.
Can you see me? Are we doing audio? No, we're not doing video, are we?
Oh wait, here we go.
Yeah.
I see me now.
Nah, I'm just gonna do audio. Can you see me? I think my connection is going to be too slow,
Okay.
so it's better to do just audio.
Okay, audio. That's even better.
Yeah. All good then. Wait. Maybe even, can you just, yeah, perfect. So,
What do you want me to do?
what I want you to do, I tried to say that I had like someone special with me today, and that someone special is, it's someone who's about to start something special for the inline skating world, which is Jan Welch. Jan Welch is known for his aggressive skating background, not just as a skater, he was a skater too, but mainly as a video maker and someone in the industry with a few brands. But Jan is about to start a new project. You want to tell us about that project, Jan?
Yeah, a new project I'm doing is it's going to be a big wheel blading website. It's going to cover all sort of different disciplines of big wheel blading, from just cruising around the city to doing distance skating to doing tricks, slalom, mountain blading. All the different things on big wheels that people do to have fun, kind of bringing people together from the different disciplines, because rollerblading's never been unified at all. It's always been very, the different scenes, and that's it. It's going to be just a web magazine, kind of like Scum Magazine was back in the day, for those who remember that. Going to have several interviews for the launch, which should happen in about probably 3 weeks or so, including Ricardo will be one of them.
That's cool. And one question, that was one that I had to make. It had to be one of the first questions. So I know that you've been skating a lot with 3 wheels.
Yes.
If you would start a wheel company right now, would you call it 3x3?
If I started a wheel company right now, I would not call it 3x3. But if I did a wheel company right now, I would make big wheels and aggressive wheels.
Yeah, kind of like what Undercover is doing, huh?
Yeah, kind of like, Undercover is just, they do everything. Power side, they've got everything, and they do it well too. So, for me, the little guy, do like a small wheel company if I were to do one.
Yeah, that's cool.
And that's not out of question.
Okay.
So,
how did you got into, not into the big wheels thing, but how did you got into skating?
Well, I got into skating back in, I'd say, around Christmas 1988. My next door neighbor got some rollerblades, Zetra blades for Christmas, and he hated them. So I basically kind of stole from him and skated them till the wheels were just cores around the neighborhood. Then I got some Bauer hockey skates, and I would go skate at the University of Texas and just skate down the stairs and skate around town when I was kind of young. But as far as aggressive goes, when I was going to University of Texas, I had this whole group of people who skated with us, about 93 or 94, just doing stair rides and jumping stairs and doing distance. And we played roller hockey. We were playing roller hockey at this high school, and this carload pulls up with these guys from Houston, and they asked if they can play with us. And one of them was B. Love Harden, this other guy Taz, and there was a bike rack right where we were playing roller hockey, and B Love does a soul grind on the bike rack on the bottom part, and I was like blown away. I'm like, what is that? Never seen anybody just slide like 2 inches on a rollerblades before. That same day, he did a downstairs rail at Austin High. It was probably like 4 stairs, and seeing that happen really changed my direction of skating. Started doing grinds around the university with people while trying to get everybody else into it. None of them could do it, so they all quit, and I was the only rollerblader in Austin for a good 6 months until I met this guy, John Zarzinski, who's long gone. There was a skate shop here called Armadillo Sport, and I put a flyer up looking for people to skate with that had little pull tabs so people can call you up. And that's how I met Lonnie Gallegos and Jason Howard. They called me up, and we met at some rail called Heron Rails in downtown Austin. And just known those guys ever since. Still skate with Jason every weekend.
That's it.
So that's been about over 20 years, 22 years now.
And I was just listening to a podcast the other day with Lonnie talking about how he met Jason and how they started skating together too. So wouldn't be
cool.
that far from that time. But before that, you used to live in Germany, didn't you? Did you never live in Germany?
I was born in Austin, Texas, and when I was about 6 months old, my parents moved to Germany. My mom's from Germany, and my dad had met her when he was in the Army, and then they moved to the States, and then he went to university in Germany. So I lived there until I was about 6 or 7 years old, and then moved back to Texas.
Okay, so you never
but
really...
German was my first language.
Yeah.
And I have dual citizenship.
And the thing is, you're just telling me about how you got into skating, but then for a long time I didn't skate. I'm not going there yet. But when you got back into skating, at least, not got back into skating, because from what I know, last time I saw you in Barcelona, you were talking to me about a video project. But why the big wheels? How did the big wheels came into the scene now? It's kind of recent, right?
Well, for me, I got there's this guy in Austin, Eric Cruz. He was kind of first guy here to get the big wheels, and he was doing all these long distance skates, 30 miles, 40 miles, 50-mile skates, progressing, and I thought that was pretty cool. So I got some Rollerblade Tempest 4-wheels, 10 millimeter skates, and they really hurt my feet, and they felt awkward skating those compared to aggressive skates. So I really didn't skate them. I ended up selling them, and ended up getting some Power Slide Mega Cruiser Pros.
Yeah, I remember those. I made the news for Power Slide when you first got to skate.
Yeah, I got those, and they were just so much fun to skate around the city. Basically, we do a Monday night skate every week in Austin, and it went from just a couple guys to probably half the scene here now either has dedicated big wheel skates, or now a bunch of guys have the Trimax frames, or just skating like GC bigs or something like that. Or
something that you need if you want to cruise around. You need big wheels. Otherwise, it's just.
But the thing about what I really like about the big wheel skating is it's like I've done a lot of cycling and stuff like that, but it was I like riding bikes, but it's not that much fun. Skating was always my first love, and I had that feeling of when you first start skating. I had that like when we were riding fixed gears like 10 years ago. That new being fun and
discovering
just that fun of discovering a new sport. And with big wheel skating, it's the same feeling again, yet it's in rollerblading again. And never did I think that you would have that feeling twice in your life for one sport. I guess you could compare to like doing heroin or something, where you could never get that first high again. But with big wheel blading, you get that first high again. And it's just so much fun, and you have some, just exploring the city and seeing so much more. And with everything they've been building, there's, it's a different type of skating. Some guys are, doing grinds and stuff like that in them, which is cool. But being older now, every time I aggressive skate, which I still do, but I always hurt myself.
Yeah, I know.
Like every time I go out.
I know exactly what you mean.
My shoulder, threw my shoulder out like 6 months ago, and it's still not healed, and everything just takes so much longer to heal. So it's just, I just enjoy skating. And I think one thing I've noticed with the big wheel movement is a lot of people have embraced it. It's brought a lot of people back into it because they, thought they were too old to do aggressive skating. It's also separated to skaters who actually just love the rollerblade and the ones who just like to grind. Like, a lot of kids won't even try to big wheels because they think it's too much exercise to skate somewhere.
Yeah, they don't want to
spend.
They don't want to spend money on wheels. They want to make that 5 meters into the ledge and then go back to the same 5 meters back and then just.
So, and another thing is a lot of the guys who've come on the Monday Night Skates, when they actually skate it, they realize how much fun it is and it's not hard. I think people overthink that it's like exercise, and sure it is exercise, but if you're a rollerblader, it's rollerblading.
Yeah, a lot of rollerbladers I know what you mean. You're not thinking about exercising anymore, and you're still doing it. Of course, you're doing something that you need, but you're having fun while doing it. It was kind of like the same with me when I first moved to Cape Town. This podcast is sponsored by Anchor. If you didn't know what Anchor is the platform that I use to upload my podcasts. Basically, I just upload my podcasts here and then they make the distribution for Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and so on. It is free and they still allow me to monetize this podcast even without having a minimum amount of listeners, which is quite cool. They make the connections with the sponsors, with them being one of the sponsors. It's a way to make a little bit of extra cash. I can upload them from my phone, from my computer, even without having this fancy gear that I'm actually using right now. So Anchor is quite cool because it's a one place for you to do everything related to podcasts. So if you want to search or if you want to get into Anchor, make sure to go on anchor.fm or you can use the free Anchor app. I didn't have any big wheel skates, and then the guys around that I skate with, Hurl and Greg, these two guys from here that I usually skate, they both had free skates. So I was like, I had a power blading frame and I used to go with them, and every now and then I would put the power blade frame in. If I wouldn't put the power blade frame, I couldn't really enjoy it. It was just impossible because with small wheels, you couldn't skate the same things. Just like if you need to skate from one spot to the other, it's a mission. So then slowly.
Oh, there's no way in hell I would do these skates in, like a especially anti-rocker setup, but like even 60, it's not as fun.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I just understand not skating on those, but it's just so much fun when you get the right gear. And that's what's nice about those Trimax frames is it's cheap. You get the whole setup for like $100. Yeah, and if you actually like it, buy some skates. But it's a good way to get people into it.
But you know what? I think a lot of people. I always get the same question: are they stiff because they're plastic? I don't know if you've tried them. But I
haven't tried it. No.
Yeah, I really enjoy them. They're super stiff, way more than I ever thought. And I was in the emails for the design of that frame since the beginning. And since the beginning was something that I was a little bit concerned because the frame was going to be a little bit taller than other plastic frames. And I always thought it was going to be a little bit more flexible, but it is not. It is it's proper stiff. So it's like when you skate, you don't have that feeling of a plastic frame. So...
yeah, I want to try them. Jerry McBay just got a pair when he was in town last week, and he loves them. First day out, we skated 30 miles. He skated 30 miles on them.
Is he skating 110 or 100?
And the 110s.
Yeah, just flat or rocker? Because you can rocker them too. That's something that I like about them. You can.
I'm pretty sure he skated them flat, but I don't know. He just basically, however they were set up, but he got them. Is how he skated them.
Something that has nothing to do with this, Jan. How did you got into fixed gears? Because I remember when I first started getting into bikes, out of nowhere, I see this video. What was it from? It was Death Pedal from Kareem, and then out of nowhere, you were the one doing the video premiere or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, we did premiere at our shop. Well, when I was living in San Diego during the Rat Tail era, and we a lot of my friends rode fixed gear. There's a huge fixed gear scene in San Diego. So I ended up building up the fixed gear conversion and riding with all those guys. And we were going to start a fixed gear bike company right when this was starting to come back up, and we got 2 sample frames made. I still ride one of them now, not as much as I used to, but yeah, just doing all the tricks like riding backwards. Ride backwards 10 blocks.
That's fun, I remember that, making going to parking lots and just try to do as many laps on the parking lot as as we could backwards.
Yeah.
But that's the fun thing. It's kind of like the same as we were talking with the big wheel thing. It's just like
exactly.
discovering, like going.
Yeah,
where-
I mean, I was every single day and night I would ride in San Diego. It's just in parking lots. It was like super fun.
Was there any other rollerbladers doing it too?
When I moved back to Austin, none of my friends out here rode fixed gear, so I just kind of stopped riding. And where I live is kind of far from this.
Man,
like a good area.
One of the best guys that ever rode a fixed gear bike lives in Texas. He's like a pro BMX guy. I don't know his name, man. He's pro for Fit, I think, for Fit Bikeco, but I don't know his name. But it's like someone gave him a fixed gear bike, and it just basically this guy that never rode a fixed gear bike just rode better than anyone else. I think he somehow killed the game right there.
I think I heard about this.
Yeah,
because the thing with the fixed gear is, I mean, I know you got into it. Really, are you still riding?
Not as often as I would want to. Because the thing is, since I moved to South Africa, it was my way to move around, and it would be impossible to get bike parts if I would break something. And then at the same time, there's some places here that you don't want to be out of a bike. Like, I'm not going to say it's dangerous, but if I'm going like through some parts of the city, I don't want to walk with the bike on my hand. So I don't know. I ended up just going to parks every now and then. What? Sorry?
I said they won't steal your skates?
Nah, not really. I put them in the backpack. I just skate, or you just have them in your feet and you just skate. It's different.
Right.
You won't get a flat tire.
Yeah.
You do get a lot of flat tires, huh?
Me,
with your big wheel skates. You're always like, I'm always reading.
My big wheel skates. I think it's a combination. Well, because since I started skating seriously in October, I've lost about 30 pounds. But I skate a lot.
You lost 30 pounds.
30 pounds, and I just hit over 1,000 miles yesterday.
I saw that. Huh? Congratulations on that one.
Thank you. And but I think with a combination of maybe the weight or something, I've been just cracking cores on every wheel I've skated so bad. Every 20 cracks in the core, and every single spoke's cracked, and the urethane lasts pretty good. They might last a long time, except for me, breaking the cores. So,
but is there a wheel that you break the most, like the back wheel or the front wheel, or?
No, all three of them.
Really?
All of them, every single wheel. It's there's no difference in which ones. The only thing is the back wheel on the last wheels I had was almost decoring. So that was the first wheel I've had almost decore.
Yeah,
but
you were just telling me that you rode 4 times with the Dustin ones, and they didn't, huh?
Yeah, the Dustin ones look pretty good, and they've been wearing nicely.
Yeah, he was telling me.
No,
he was saying something the other day. I don't know what they did differently with those. I think it's the same, basically. Probably it's just because the plastic didn't get anything to change the color and probably made it stronger. I don't know if that's the thing.
I think the problem with these wheels is, I mean, it would be nicer if the core was a little thicker, because it's just such a thin piece of plastic.
Yeah, I think it's the same core used for some metal wheels.
The wheels on the Power Slide Mega Cruisers, I've skated the shit out of those, and they didn't crack at all, those cores. So that's the only wheels I've had on. They're pretty dead now after Europe, so I need to get a new set of wheels. I haven't really skated them because my wheels are just...
So there's a wheel that you need to check then. There's this wheel, I think it's called the Infinity?
Infinity?
The Power Slide Infinity. And I think they even have the Infinity R. And the Infinity...
Is that the 125?
Yeah, they have 125 and 110. They have the whole line. And from what I know, it's the same core. I don't want to say anything wrong, but I think it's the same core, and then the urethane is better. And then the Infinity R also has the rubber band on the inside, the bouncing band, like the best matter wheels. I don't know.
Yeah, the urethane wasn't the best in those Mega Cruiser Pros, but the core seems to be good.
Yeah, so it should be the same. If I'm not wrong, it's the same core with a better urethane, and then there's also a better version with an insert on the inside with a bouncing insert, which makes the wheel a lot more bouncier, which is faster, right?
I want to go back to the Big Wheel Blading website.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to say that the website's going to have. I'm going to do a bunch of interviews with skaters on there from the different disciplines I mentioned about. It's also going to have product reviews, shop listings. It's going to have some how-tos for different things.
That's cool. Are you gonna make those videos, or how you want to do it?
Yeah, it has some tutorial videos. Basically, I'm trying to get different people, as many people to help, because obviously, it's going to take a lot of time, and
of course,
it's rollerblading. You don't make any money, so
yeah. For now,
it's for fun. Yeah, I mean, it's for fun. So, there's nothing for big wheel skating besides not even Facebook groups. I started a Facebook group for it. A month ago, it already has 2,500 people on it, which is pretty cool.
It's growing like crazy. I know.
And then I started an Instagram page for it. And for the website, I'm having right now. There's just a really terrible splash page on there, but Chris Peel is going to be helping me with the branding of it. Doing the
contact with him,
huh? Yeah, we still talk, and he's doing very well. But he showed interest in helping me with that, so that should be pretty cool. Chris, we had so much history with that stuff in the past with Rat Tail and everything. Also want to do some different cities, like scene reports on different scenes with the big wheel community. Different groups, like the way our night skates here, like just talk about things like that. And I know a lot of guys have been doing some long distance skating. Have them talk about
sharing their experiences and stuff like that, so that more people get into it.
To have just informative and kind of a one-stop shop type of thing. Even though it's not a store, but I think it's pretty cool. And no one's done anything yet with the big wheel stuff. I know it's growing really fast, and I think with the Facebook page, I mean, since I went to Europe, we probably got like 15 to 20 people to buy either like off-road skates or big wheel blades or like Trimax frames since we went to Europe, and there's probably like 50 people who bought stuff just based on that Facebook page so far, if not more.
And is there any shop in Texas, or they just get it?
There's not really any dedicated inline shops in Texas, which it's a huge state. There's a roller skate shop in Houston that started carrying some aggressive inline products.
Cool.
But I've never been.
That's cool. It's like I don't know if you know about it, but like with Powerslide, they have the roller skate brand called Kaya, and I know now there will be this skate called the Karma skate, which is like a skate park skate, and I'm pretty sure through that skate, a lot more shops in the US will start carrying aggressive skates or other type of inline skates, because people will ask for that skate, and then they're gonna need to have Powerslide products if they want to sell that skate. But
right.
And then in the end, if that skate gets there, like someone asks for a 3-wheel skate or for an aggressive skate, and that's like, I don't know. Matthias from Powerslide has been saying for a while that all these roller skating hype will help inline skating a lot too, because it is what it is.
I agree. That roller skate shop in Houston, they did a contest at the Houston skate park last year, and they made it a roller skate and
I've seen that one. Indy won it. I've seen that one.
However, some of these girls did like compete in both roller skating and rollerblading, which was cool. I think watching them skate at there's so many girls that skate bowl here, probably hundreds in Austin, but very few of them are really good, and it looks like they'd have a lot more fun if they're on rollerblades, because it looks pretty taxing doing some of the things they do.
Yeah, it's just I think
some of it's cool.
For some reason, inline skates came after the roller skates. I love roller skates. I love skating them, and I seriously believe that roller skates can be faster in some surfaces than the inline skates. But at the same time, for some reason, the inline skates came after. It's kind of like an evolution of it. So I think it all has its space. Everyone can choose what they like the most, but in the end, for some reason, inline skates came after. So I think that will make a difference. So
Yeah.
if shops start selling roller skates, I truly believe that inline skates will come with it, hopefully, which is good for all of us. For me, like, man, I just love all kinds of skates, so it's just nothing.
I mean, we have, there's roller skate shops in Austin that don't carry inline.
Not yet.
But they should. Because there's a lot of, like, I mean, just skating the trails. Like, I mean, Austin's got a huge, aggressive scene. And the skating rinks here, like, they have so many rollerbladers. And then the trails have rollerbladers, and there's a bunch of, speed skaters, and there's a lot of rollerbladers in Austin.
Yeah,
but there's no
maybe it needs to start with the skaters, like, because every time that someone needs a pair of skates, probably they go online and they buy it from the same shop the whole time. Probably they need to start going to the shops and ask them, "Can you get these skates?" What? Sorry. I didn't.
I said half the time people order skates online, they have to send them back because they don't fit right.
Yeah,
which is, that's the worst thing. Like when we were in Barcelona, when I was there with Jared, he was so excited because you could try on every skate finally, to see what size he would need.
I know exactly what that is with the little. I have a really tiny shop here, but it's the same. Like every now and then, there's this website called Gumtree, which is kind of like the eBay thing here in South Africa. And every now and then, I have all my products there, and every now and then I sell a pair of skates there, and then people just like, oh, it's not my size or whatever. When they go to the shop, it's always the best. They try them. They have. It's a completely different experience. And if the person that works at the shop knows what they're saying, and they know what they're doing, it's completely different. It's just so random when you go, when you go to one of those sports shops and someone is trying to sell you a skate and they tell you to buy 2 sizes up. It's just, I don't get it. But it's been going for more than 10 or 15 years, huh? It's just.
Yeah. I think the biggest problem is that even within the same brands, different models fit different.
Yeah, of course.
Still,
but that's
if
normal.
You're used to skating one size skate and then you order a different one, it's completely different. I mean, sure, it's a common problem with shoes and everything like that.
Yeah, man, it's different molds, it's different factories, it's you know it. By the way, we're talking about skates. I need to ask you something. That was supposed to be one of the first questions. I'm not going to ask a lot more about this, but when the first NIMH skate came out, you guys said that there was a DIY groove. Was that made on purpose, or?
No, that was a mistake that Shima had made, and somehow I don't know how, but it happened, and it wasn't supposed to. And me and John Elliott basically made this huge marketing campaign that it was supposed to be that way, and people ate it up, and they believed it, and I think that was probably one of the greatest marketing campaigns in the history of rollerblading. Because pros, do edits on making your own groove. No, dude, it was supposed to have a groove. No groove, just stupid, but we had to salvage all that money we put into it. And I remember
how many skates did you make without a groove?
Well, the whole first run of skates. So I don't remember how many. Probably like 600 pairs. and I remember at that winter clash, that first winter clash when we got the skates, the Swank distribution booth, they had demos in every size, and we had to sit there the day before with Dremel tools and make grooves, and that plastic was so hard. It was so hard. It took so long to groove all these skates.
But they were good. Like I remember they used to last so long. Those sole plates, they were heavy too, huh? They were super heavy.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
it was. People loved it, but I mean, if we didn't do that, if me and John didn't make people love it, they would have hated it. Like, so
that was
I'm just pretty proud of that split up.
And another question that I always had, man, what was Vicious supposed to be? I know, like, you guys had liners, you had bearings, but what you had clothing too. What was Vicious supposed to be? Do you want it to be like a general blading brand, or what do you want it to be?
Well, Vicious was it's just supposed to be a bearing company. That was a concept of Vicious, a bearing company at first, and it was a bearing company, but it was the most popular brand we had. We sold just like the Vicious backyard shirt. We sold thousands and thousands of them, and bearings like. So, I wanted, the concept of it was to make it also like a fashion brand, which didn't really when we started NIM, it just sucked the money out of everything, and basically had to stop with all these plans with other companies, which was a mistake because it kind of killed Vicious and 4x4. But we had we made we did liners, we did the wallets and the belts. We had some belts. We had a bunch of jackets and stuff that never got produced. In Europe, they had different bags and they did shoes somewhere.
I remember
Vicious
the ground
shoes,
control shoes. I remember I never saw the Vicious ones. I saw the
they did a Vicious shoe too. But I think if Vicious would have been on its own as a company, it'd probably still be around.
Would it be profitable? You think it would be profitable?
Vicious was the only profitable brand out of maybe 4x4.
4x4. It seems like I don't know. I always had the idea that
Vicious was the most profitable brand out of just 3 brands.
Man, I have to tell you, like there was this time when I first started working with Powerslide, like a long time ago. Like then I stopped working Powerslide. Now I'm working with Powerslide again. But before, when I first started doing like brand management and whatever for Undercover Wheels, I still had my favorite shirt. It was like a 4x4 shirt, the one with Shima, the cleaning up the industry.
Yeah,
I bought it from you, and I love that shirt. Who made that? Who used to make all those draws?
No, I made that shirt.
Sorry?
I did that shirt, the cleaning up the industry. That was my shirt. But the Chris Peel was a major part of like Vicious, getting all the branding done with the Cobra head and the Medusa and the backyard logo, the Vicious logo word. He also did the 4x4 logo and some of the original 4x4 shirts, or probably the first 3 or 4 runs of 4x4 shirts were mainly Chris Peel and me. And then we got Jeremy Baytall was doing.
I remember that. I remember. I also.
He probably did 100 different shirt graphics because we would do a run every 4 months. We would do 5 wheels every 4 months and 14 shirts every 4 months, and like 3 of the shirts would get printed a bunch, but like 9 of the shirts would only be limited edition to 72 shirts. That's it ever. So there's so many rare 4x4 shirts out there that we only made 72 of.
Was it being sold a lot outside of skating? Do you think? Was it being sold outside
of skating?
Yeah.
I mean, I doubt it. Maybe, but we weren't selling it outside of skating. I mean, people outside of skating love the shirts. Any place I went to a coffee shop or anywhere, people would ask about the shirts. But it's probably a brand that could have done well outside of skating. But,
do you think it was like always like a big problem? I don't know if we can call it a problem with skating, but it's like somehow we always tend to be super core, if you want to call it, and not go to any other markets. But the truth is, if there's not like enough people, you end up not making like a profitable brand.
Yeah, I mean,
and they end up dying.
The companies who did go outside of rollerblading,
yeah, they all succeed, man. You look at Yukon or Artism, all like at least just these 2 examples.
Yeah, I know, but they went out rollerblading and then they just got out of rollerblading and they continued their brands.
Yeah, I know. I know what you mean.
They lost their core.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it seems like it's been all or nothing with that. It's not really
it gets to the time that you're not cool anymore, and then you stop selling if you don't abandon rollerblading. Is that it?
Yeah, basically.
That's kind of weird. Let me just give me a second here. I'm still an amateur, like you said, so. The last time, when I saw you in Barcelona, like 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
3 years.
3 years ago, you told me that you were starting you just got a camera and you started like a new video project.
Yeah,
What's
I'm still.
happening?
I'm pretty much towards the end of filming for it. It's been like 3 years of filming, just because it's been really, like working and filming. Out here I can really go film on the weekends. I did a lot of filming trips, and it would either rain or I couldn't get people to come out really. So that was kind of unsuccessful. It's been a little bit harder, not doing a video for so many years.
Yeah, I
It's
can imagine that.
A lot of the kids, that are new and upcoming have no idea who I am and could care less about filming with an older guy.
Man, one of the best days in my life was the day that I filmed the negative essay with you that was Leading the Blind.
That was sick. Yeah, in San Diego.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, a lot of these, there's all these guys I want to film with, but they just don't care or whatever.
Yeah, but the thing is,
they don't know. So I kind of want to, I've been filming with Andrew Broom for 3 years, and he's got a killer section. Several other guys, but I'm also going to try to, I'm working on teasers now. I'm going to hit up some people that were in my old videos to just see if they want to, be part of it. Send a clip or two.
That would help. That will help the video to be more viewed too, huh? The interest,
because it's basically the original idea was going to be the 20th anniversary of the first video I made. Now it's more like the 22nd anniversary of the first video I made.
Dude,
but last video I filmed and edited on was the NIMH video, which has been, I don't know, 6 years or something.
Yeah,
so, I want to basically make this video inclusive of as many guys I filmed with, and some guys that I want to, younger guys that I want to have in it. It's just, going out and filming with them. It's just so hard,
Who's your favorite skater right now? Who would you want to film a part with if you're not filming already?
If I were to film a part with somebody, I like Dominic Bruce.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he would be keen. Have you spoke with him? That could be a good one.
Unin, whatever. I don't even know how to say his name.
Yeah, Eugen.
I've never even met him, so...
you didn't met him this year at the Winter Clash?
No, he's awesome though.
Yeah, he has a new section dropping, I don't know if it's next week or in 2 weeks, something like that.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, it's going to be good. And Werbeski, he's always awesome to watch. And then and Joe Atkinson, I would love to go film with him. He was we saw him in Athens. He was only there for a day, and I was going to go meet up with him in London, but we never made it there. But that kid's so good.
Yeah, he's just good at everything.
Super nice.
He is
and there's a bunch of other guys I can't even think of their names right now because I'm.
And if you had to, did you ever thought about making anything with big wheels, like a video project?
Wait, hold on a second. There's an airplane flying by. I'm in the backyard right now.
Yeah, that's all good.
Okay, what was your question?
Big wheels video.
Big wheels video, yes. I think that would be cool. I was talking to Jared about because on this Europe trip we just did, we got some people to skate street. We got a lot of people to go big wheel skate, a lot more than I wanted to go street skate.
But there's so much more to explore than just skating streets or what people is doing, more that free skating thing. I'm including myself. Yeah. I'm doing that too and filming that style of skating. But there's so much more. If we look at cycling, the type of stuff that they do, man, it's just crazy. We have all those things right now. We have all those tools. We can go off-road skating. We can just go for distance.
The off-road skating thing, first of all, I just ordered some of the SUV frames, the 125 frames.
Mm-hmm.
Because I found some guy was selling them online. So I'm excited to get those in. I really want to get those K's 150s. That's my dream skate. I want to get those. I also want to get those, speaking of, which is not related, those power slide, the 3-wheel speed distance skates.
Yeah, the marathon ones.
I want those so bad.
Yeah,
those are awesome.
I have the old ones, the ones without the Trinity, the 195
mount.
I think
that would be so much fun to skate on my 50-mile skates than skating those Mega Cruisers or those Flying Eagles I have.
You haven't tried a Trinity, right? Have you?
No, I haven't tried it. I heard
it makes a difference, man. The thing, those 2 screws in front, which means that you have a wider piece of frame touching the boot, makes a huge difference. The main thing is I
haven't seen one in person yet, so
really, it's just, man, when you push, it's just every little movement that you do with your foot goes way more direct to your foot. Basically, when you push, you you push stronger. And at the same time, because it's a wider base in front, creates a triangle under your foot. And I think that's why it's called Trinity. And instead of having just a line, you have that triangle, which means that you have a lot less vibration. The vibration is spread through that triangle and not just in the line. So it really makes a difference, huh? And then it's a little bit lower. I don't really feel that much lower, but it's a little bit lower.
Yeah, I've heard it's just miles better feeling.
Yeah, it is. But then,
especially for doing like distance skating.
Yeah, that's when you feel the difference, when you need to push, like you want to push less times, and every time you push, like you want to push it stronger.
But, yeah,
for double push, like if you want to do double push, it's like completely different, especially with 125 wheels.
Yeah, I've been doing most of my distance on 110s, which is a struggle.
Yeah, it's cool, but it's not the same. And also the 125s wheels, some of them are like stronger than the 110s, huh? I don't know.
Yeah, I think so. But I mean, I've only skated the 125s and the Power Slide Mega Cruisers, and I like those skates. But like I said, the wheels, I need new wheels, and I've been too broke to buy new ones.
The thing is, like, if you're not going to do gaps or like any type of free skating, if you're just going for the distance, if you can try those Matter 125s, they're like something that it's hard to explain. It's like they're seriously a million times faster. It's just weird, because I don't know I think it's because the core it's way bigger, which means there's a lot less urethane.
Are those the ones with a solid core?
Yes, but they still break. If you're gonna make like torsions and stuff, they can break. So maybe not the same way as you're breaking your 110 wheels, and I don't think they're gonna break the core the same way. But I'm not sure. I do not know about it. But I do know that they're way faster, because the wheel is.
I'm pretty sure everyone should just send me their wheels, because I'm a good wheel tester. I'll let them know if they break or not.
I need to tell Scott, the guy at Powerslide that makes all that. He's the one developing the wheels, that you should be the ultimate tester, because if you're breaking cores...
Yeah. Let him know that, because every single wheel I have is broken pretty sweetly. And I just got
do you know anything about bearings? Like, or you just, when you started...
Do I know anything about bearings? I know I got the Wicked ABEX 7 bearings on my K2 100 frames. They're pretty nice.
Yeah, but it's not really like I was asking you that, because like there's so much stuff. I don't know enough about bearings, and like all
I know is that it's all about the components in the bearings, because you can have them all ABEC whatever.
Yeah, that doesn't really matter. You can have ABEC ones and be better than
ABEC 3 and ABEC 9 are like not really different, but once you start getting better components within the bearings, like better metals and things like that, is when you notice a difference. Man,
ABEC is just like calling a car GTI. You can have a Mercedes GTI or a Polo GT or a Golf GTI, and then you can have like the cheapest crap GTI. It's just a name, so it's not really.
Yeah, it doesn't really make a difference, And I've never spent money on like Swiss bearings or anything like that. And I know people say they're amazing, so. I'm sure they are,
but it also depends on the Swiss bearings, right? It's just it also depends on the Swiss bearings. I don't get it, because some brands. I don't
really know anything. All I know is I've been also breaking bearings, as probably more than I've been breaking wheels, or just. And actually, it was funny. And we were skating in Barcelona. I like ruined my bearings. I went to buy some new ones at the Roex shop. And on the way back, it was raining, and I ruined the new bearings.
Oh my god!
I thought I bought like an hour earlier.
You should have bought the rust-proof ones. There's rust-proof bearings now.
Dude, I only found out about those recently.
Yeah, that should be. I think those are cool. Like if you live in a place with snow and stuff like that, I think that's the way to go.
Yeah, we did. There was one skate we did here. There was a lot of flooding on the trail, and I was skating through. Like where the bearings were underwater, and it was like a 38-mile skate, and the last 5 miles the bearings weren't even moving anymore. it was terrible, and I tried to like clean them, and they were completely locked. They wouldn't even spin at all.
Man, the other day, me and this guy Greg from Cape Town, we went to skate, and then like we were just trying to film. I was going down some stairs, and he was just going in the grass with a gimbal, and he was trying to film it, like film me, but rolling in the grass. But there was the sand, or like I don't even know how to call it, like the dirt that was in that grass, which is like so, I don't know, like so small that everything was going to the bearings. So in the end, we did it like 4 or 5 times. In the end, his bearings weren't rolling anymore, and they're like complete.
Yeah, I think that happened to me recently. Getting a bunch of fine sand in my bearings. I do want to do, if like the website takes off and stuff, do like a traveling video and film big wheel people in different, disciplines and stuff around the world. I think would be fun.
That'd be cool. Like I said, like we have so much to learn with all these guys that do like bike videos. There's so much stuff being done, and the whole thing can be like a really easy and nice way to promote skating. Now I have one more thing for you. Why do you think it's called why do you think people call it rollerblading and not inline skating? You call it rollerblading.
Well,
I call it inline skating.
I call it rollerblading because rollerblading is easier to say. Because it's one word instead of two. It's like there's no pause between.
Okay. Why not skating?
That's one. Skating. I call it skating too. Rollerblading, it's just always called rollerblading since the beginning. I know rollerblade's a brand, but that's what we always called it. So
yeah, but I noticed that it goes from place to place. That's why I'm asking you this. Like I know, like Americans, they always call it rollerblading. That's it. But then in other places, people call it inline skating, and then you go to Spain, it's patines, and I think that's one of the biggest reasons why skating is what it is right now. It's a digital era, and if everyone is using a different name, we're not helping the sport to be found in Google.
Anyone you talk to outside of inline skating or whatever, when you say you inline skate, they have no idea what you're talking about. Everybody knows what rollerblading is in the world, or in the U.S. They associate outside people who don't skate know rollerblading is rollerblading. When they hear inline skating, they're like, "What's that?" So that's another reason I use it all the time. Because when I'm talking to random people, they don't know what they know it is rollerblading too.
Yeah, that's fair. Fair enough. Still doesn't work for me. I was just telling at the Winter Clash, I was in this conversation with Jared, and I was telling him why I don't call it rollerblading anymore. Like not even I try every now and then I'll say blading or something like that, but I try to call it as many times as I can skating, because I really think that's what it is. But in the end, like I had like a little problem by selling in that thing that in that website that I told you, kind of like the eBay here. It's called Gumtree. And I had some products, some power slide skates, and then the power slide skates, in the end, one of the tags was rollerblades, because that's how people call it here, or how they used to call it, and I've been trying to change it, which is slowly getting there. People are starting to call it skating and realizing that skating is what we do, and if you have like a wooden thing, that's skateboarding. So it's somehow getting there. Another question. Jan, so like, how do you see? So for you, like videos were always like about taking time to do it and going into detail and stuff like that. But like nowadays, everyone is going more into like I don't even know how you call it, kind of like those, how you call those cameras, that disposables, the ones that you buy, take pictures and throw away. Is that how you call it? Yeah,
disposable.
Yeah, so it's video right now. It's been a lot more like that, right? Like. Even myself, well, I almost make a video per day. What's your...
the VOD thing and everything is like, it killed the video maker or whatever, because people put out sections, they don't put out videos. I mean, I think that people should get together with their sections and make a video, a collective or something. All those videos that come out, you know how many videos I've seen online they're really good, or sections, and you can never find them again. Like they're totally lost in the internet. I think it's flooded. They lose their meaning when there's so many of them. And then the whole, like, some people give it away for free. Some people charge a lot. Some people charge a little. Like, there's no standard for it. I don't know. Kind of, I think the whole full video thing it's a victim of the internet.
Yeah, but there's two things with that. The first is, what music would you use if you would make a video right now? I think it's weird. Like I see like even the Joe Atkinson, the song that he used. Have you seen it? It's amazing. The Joe Atkinson in Australia.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, the music that he used, he would never be able to use it on YouTube or on Vimeo or anything like that. Do you think people will ever have problems with it?
Are you talking about with them removing the music?
Yeah, I don't even know it would, like, because there somehow what's happening is like, if you don't have the copyrights for that music, you're selling something, you're making money out of something without having the copyrights for the music. Which I'm not just saying it's Joe; it's been happening with everyone, huh? It's been happening.
Well, on the selfie stuff, you can get away with that, right?
Yeah, that might be one of the reasons why people is also doing it. And then,
I mean, the whole watching some of the old edits I have on the internet, and then seeing that they replaced the song with something really shitty.
Yeah, but it's the only way for you to even be able to see it, because otherwise it would be mute. I'm not saying it's right, you know.
It's just funny, because they replace songs,
Oh, they do. YouTube replace songs.
Some of those edits, they replace the songs.
No way.
And it's not the same song anymore. It's weird. I haven't had the problem. I know a lot of people have been kicked off Vimeo for music rights. I haven't had that problem yet, so maybe I used more obscure shit or something.
Yeah, I told you the other day, when I saw you at the Winter Clash, I saw, I'm still trying to find the song that you had on MySpace. I don't know what that was, but it was amazing, man.
What, a song on MySpace?
Yes, when you had your MySpace, it was playing, I don't even know, you would get to the page and would start playing automatically. It was just on autoplay. And I used to go...
man, I remember that. I have no idea what the song was, though.
It was so sick. I remember I used to go... I never find out because it was not the Shazam era. There was no way for us to find out what that was.
Right.
So...
Maybe I still have a MySpace page. Maybe it's still there.
No, I was looking for that before this interview.
Yeah, I have no idea what song that would have been. But I remember now that you mentioned that you could do that.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago.
I remember it was 2003, 2002, something like that.
A long time ago. 16 years ago, dude.
I know, it's we get old, huh? We're still skate. We're still doing the same.
Yeah. So when was it that you came to San Diego the first time?
2001 or 2. I don't know.
Yeah. That's because I was still working at Daily Bread.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
about Daily Bread? What do you think it happened in there?
What do I think happened? I know what happened.
Anyway, getting back to the legal stuff, to the stuff that we can talk about. What happened with Scum Mag?
Scum Magazine? What happened with Scum Magazine?
Yeah.
Is I was doing Scum Magazine, and I won South by Southwest, the Interactive Festival for Best Sports Website in 1999.
Mm-hmm.
And Angie Walton wanted me to come work for Daily Bread. And I told her that I would, but I still want to do Scum Magazine on the side.
But when I ended up moving for the young kids that don't even know who you are, but tell them, what did you used to do at Daily Bread?
At Daily Bread, I did. I made 2 of their videos. Daily Bread for Quattro and Daily Bread 5. No One's Children. I did magazine layout. I did interviews. I did a lot of the travel would go travel and do the travel stories. We moved to New York and kind of was the first exposure of Dustin Howard and Mike Johnson and Franco Camayo. I picked all those guys,
mm-hmm.
For the issue and did interviews with them. I did some of the website work. And so when I moved there, Angie didn't want me to do the Scum Magazine anymore, which she told me after I moved there.
Did she thought it was competition for Daily Bread or something?
So I probably would have been better off not working at Daily Bread and keep doing Scum Magazine because it probably would have turned into a real magazine.
Anyway, it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is.
But the truth is,
that's
like,
kind of,
you made the first profile of Carlos Pianowski, so
yeah,
that made it.
that's true.
Who
There's
else?
a lot of I mean, I look at did you ever see Last Call, like with that first Albert Huey section?
Yes, I did.
I was watching that the other day. I'm like, oh, he's like 14 years old.
And then Albert, like, he was like, he still is, but back then he used to skate like so straight and spin so fast. It was just like,
Yeah.
it was like way too ahead of his time, like the way how fast he moved his feet.
Watching those clips from that Lausanne contest, and I don't know what year it was, 98 or whatever.
Who won in that one?
I have no idea. Not at the contest, but the clips we filmed. Basically, I went to that contest and I met like Albert and Barno, and we hung out, and I filmed a bunch of clips with those guys, and got a lot of clips with Albert throughout Lausanne because there's so much stuff to skate there.
Mm-hmm.
I was doing like a 7-month trip in Europe filming for Last Call, and after that we decided I was going to go to Dublin and finish the section because he had got so much in Lausanne. So I ended up going to Dublin and staying with those guys out there and finishing that Albert Huey section. But that was a pretty cool trip because I went to probably like 17 countries, like 50 cities. That was a year they had so many ASA contests all over Europe. You know what's funny? I went to ISPO that year, and there was this monster skateboard magazine. Remember that magazine Inline from Germany?
Yes, of course I do.
You ever see it? Okay, they also had a magazine called Monster Skateboard Magazine in the publication house, and they had like a fingerboard skate park at the booth, and I got a full page photo of doing a fingerboarding trick in Monster Skateboard Magazine.
Oh my god!
And a half page photo doing a fingerboarding trick in this magazine Blonde, which is like a German lifestyle magazine. Yeah, pretty funny.
Yeah, but like ISPO changed.
That's the only published photos of me skating.
Yeah.
And it's a fingerboard.
When was the last time that you went to ISPO? Was that the one?
That was the only time that's the only time I've ever been to ISPO.
Man, that changed so much. But like, at least we still have it. Like, you guys, you don't have the ASR anymore, right? Now there's.
They still have ASR, but they stopped.
Now they have the agenda,
in about 2004 or something like that. There's 2 ASRs. There's one in Long Beach and there's one in San Diego.
Okay.
But yeah, no one. They quit. Most of the companies stopped going in like 2004, I'd say.
And but the skateboarding companies still go there. I know that the skateboard.
Yeah,
most of them they go to that agenda. Is that the same?
It's Action Sports Retailer. So ASR stands for Action Sports Retailer. So it's just all action sports.
Okay.
Except for that, it's probably like overrun by scooters and all that shit now.
Yeah, but even scooters are somehow not selling that much. I don't know. Maybe that's the way I see it. At least that's what I saw this year at ISPO, because I have
no idea. I know Austin has certain skate parks have some scooter kids, but it's not like other cities. I was in Denver last year. We were filming at the school. We had 17 rollerbladers there, which is a pretty big session at the school, and all of a sudden, like, a couple scooters come around the corner, a couple more. Next thing you know, there's like 120 12 to 16-year-old kids on scooters that ran us out of the skate spot. And we had set up all these things like doors and plywood to set up, and they took over all the shit we built and ran us out.
Yeah, but that's something, like, I was talking. So my shop is inside a skate park, and today I was talking to the guy at the coffee shop at the skate park about it. Like, a lot of times older guys like us, when we go to the park, which for me is every day because I'm there every day, we skate, and like, when some kid does something wrong, we just look down, and then we wait for the second one and we look down, and at the third one we get mad at the kid. I'm not saying that that's what I do, but that's something that I see happening a lot. And the thing is, man, who's gonna teach those kids? It needs to be us. It doesn't matter if they're on BMXs or inline skates or skateboards or scooters. Someone needs to teach them, because like, their parents don't know. So they go to the park, they just stop in the middle of the ramp. But if no one tells them, like if we just get mad at them, we're not telling them what they're doing wrong, and they just get
we
even
don't
more
really,
lost.
I don't think they really get in our. I wouldn't say they get in our way. It's here. I mean, there's not that many of them, so I don't really have that experience with them. It's not like you know, the whole thing. It's like if you're skating a mini ramp at a skate park, and it doesn't matter if it's a skateboarder, rollerblader, or scooter kid. If they're young, you know, that's when they kind of just, you know, snake you or.
Yeah, but that's when we need to talk. You know, like a lot of times we get mad and stuff. That's when like that's.
No, I mean, I don't. I've never got mad at a kid, ever. On any. I've got mad at adults.
Yeah, I do get mad at parents. I used to get mad at parents in Portugal, and I feel stupid for some of the stuff that I've done. But the truth is, like, man, I've seen it a lot happening, especially in Portugal.
Parents at the skate park, but
parents going with kids to the park. They put their helmet in their kid, and then they turn around and let the kids do whatever they want, which is like.
Oh yeah, I mean, when we had a indoor skate park here when I was manager back in the 90s, it was basically all the skate park was cheap daycare, because the parents would drop their kids off because it was like $10 for the day to skate there, and then they would pick them up when they got off work. You know, like that's all it was. It was just daycare, like a cheap version of daycare for them.
Yeah, it still happens. Like it still happens in South Africa.
Like, do you know that kid, that BMXer Chase Hawk?
Yes.
Like he was the kid he was like the little kid at the skate park that I was basically like his babysitter for 3 years.
Man, he's amazing.
And he's like the sickest BMXer. He's always, we go to the skate park every Monday for the past 5 years. We've been going to House Park Skate Park in Austin.
But he used to do racing too, huh? Wasn't he a race BMXer?
Yeah, he did racing. He used to go to skate park. He had his little elf, like a mini elf, racing bike, like cruiser, and that's what he used to ride on at first before he got like a real BMX, like, you know, street bike.
Man, but you have a lot of pro BMXers in there, don't you?
Oh, Austin's the biggest.
Yeah,
you
like
had
that Tommy Dungan, like, oh man.
Yeah, Sean Burns lives here. Sean Burns is awesome. Like he watches all the rollerblading videos I send him.
Man,
and we trade spots. We trade spots all the time. Like he'll watch a section and be like, "Where's that spot?" And I'll watch his stuff, and he'll give me his spots.
Man,
like his
cool. Section. What was the name of that section? The one that he jumps in the graveyard over the road. Like, I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't know the name of the sections.
I used to see it so many times. Yeah, I know.
Like that new Bone Death video that came out, went to premiere for that. It's super good. And there's that guy from Spain that used to live here, Ruben Alcantara.
Yeah, I know. Pollo. I know Ruben Alcantara.
That guy's super sick. He was always super cool, and we had, you know, back in the day it was like Taj Mihalich and Joe Rich.
Yeah,
like
with the Terrible One crew, right?
All the original guys, and most of those guys are pretty down with blading too, which was cool.
Yeah, but I don't know, like I don't get where the hate comes from, like with some of the people nowadays. I really don't understand it.
I think what is not nearly as much hate now than there used to be in the 2000s. You know, I noticed, like, you know, in the late 2000s, San Diego, or early 2000s, like if you say you rollerbladed, people were like, "Oh, really? That's gay," or they would change their whole like view of you. But then it got to the point where like you're like, "Oh, I rollerblade," and they're like, "Oh, that's cool." Or like I used to do that when I was, you know, young, and I haven't had anybody hate on blading. Like the last person that hated on blading. There's this guy at the skate park. This dude, there's an army base by here called Fort Hood, and there was some rollerbladers from New York stationed there. And one of the rollerbladers just beat the shit out of him at the skate park. That skateboarder was talking. And that was the last dude I've ever seen talk shit. Like, you know, no one, I mean, especially in Austin, growing up here, I knew all the skateboarders and the BMXers, and there, you know, there's a few guys that would hate it, but most of the guys are cool. Like, they let us skate the ramps and everything, and you know, it's the whole. I always feel like the whole media, you know, skateboarding media is responsible for it, because, you know, rollerblading got so big and was competing in skateboarding, so they made people hate it. But man, you know, if you ask somebody why they hate rollerblading, they can't give you a real answer.
Yeah, what I think it's fun is like most of the guys that I see nowadays, like I have like I told you more than once in this conversation, I have a little skate shop inside a skate park, the amount of guys that get in the shop and just they start looking, oh, you sell this, and then they all say the same. I used to skate. I had a pair of skates, like all of them. It's just like I'm talking like in 50 guys, at least 46 or 47 guys would say that they had a pair of skates. So it just,
That's
I don't
funny.
know. They just did it because it was cool, and then someone started saying it wasn't cool, so they stopped doing it. It's just weird. Like, I don't get it. Anyway,
It's also funny, like how people. I can't believe how many people just in Austin from that era of when rollerblading was really big, like 16, 17, 18 years later, are skating again, which is like a long time. Like, I understand, like, not skating a couple years and skating again, but there's a lot of dudes that haven't skated since like the late 90s, early 2000s that have spot skates again here, which is pretty crazy to me.
but that's the thing with the big wheels. Like, the big wheels, like, man, what I always say is, why did you start at skating? You didn't start at skating because you wanted to front flip or back flip or McTwist or grind like a triple kink rail. Like, you started skating because you loved, you enjoyed just rolling, just being on a skate and just feeling the wind in your face and all that.
Yeah, well, I don't think a lot of, I mean, that's true for a certain generation, but I mean, a lot of young kids, they just went straight into, you know, seeing some video or something and wanting to grind.
Yeah,
And
but,
they never-
but still, what
they
I'm
never
trying to say with this is, like, you put your feet on your skate and you feel the wind on your face. I'm still waiting on the first kid that I see putting the skates for the first time, and when they first get their, like, when they first achieve success, like when they first just roll a little bit, I'm still waiting on the first kid that doesn't have a smile in his face. It's not going to happen because they love it. It's impossible. It's just like something that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, dude, when I skate all the time, I'm like, and I see all these people running and riding bikes, I'm like, why aren't they rolling fun? You know, like.
The funniest thing is, like, when they start complaining about their knees. Oh, my knees, my knees that. I can't rollerblade. But then they run like 10Ks per day.
Running's so bad for your knees.
It's, man, like skating, like, it's something like, I think that's, people are not informed enough somehow. Because it's like, if you have knee problems, if it's nothing like really bad, but if you skate, like, just skate, no impact or anything like that, the using something which is not that stable will help you in general get like better
I think
knees.
it would
Of
also
course,
help. You know, you'd have a lot more skaters also if they could actually buy skates somewhere. You know, if they walk into a bike shop and there's also some rollerblades, they'll be like, oh, that's cool, like, I'll try some of those. But if you don't even see them available anywhere, then you don't even want to think about getting them, which has hurts, you know, the sport. Just there's, you know, almost no access to getting them without the internet.
But the thing is, like, when brands do, have you seen what Ollie just posted today about K2?
Mm-hmm. I didn't see it.
Yeah, so basically K2 was trying to, like, sold all these, made the shops, like, I think it was in Europe, they made them pre-order skates with like 6 months in advance, and everyone, like, that has shops in Europe, they made this pre-order, and once they got the skates, K2 started selling the skates on their website for like a lower price than these guys were selling in the shops. So basically they would get just stuck with stock.
That's pretty fucked up for a big company to do like that to do.
Yeah, but they don't. Do they
I
care?
mean, they don't even.
The question is, do they care? So.
Oh, they don't care. I mean, obviously they haven't cared in a long time, or if they've ever even cared, is, you know, who knows if they've ever cared about rollerblading, because it's not rollerbladers.
For me, it's frustrating. Like, that's another. I'm gonna have to talk about ISPO again. At ISPO, they didn't have one single pair of like these new street skates, or not even the big, like, the, what's the name of that skate with the four wheels, the 4 100mm wheels, the Soho.
I don't know.
Soho.
I can't remember the name.
Soho or something like that, right?
Yeah.
You had the frames. What do you think of those frames?
I've only skated them once. I haven't like done any rockering or anything yet. So I don't have a full opinion. I put them on Razor Colts, and the Razor Colts are so, like, they just flex so much that it was really fun. My friend just gave me some Isler carbon-free boots, but I don't have sole plates for them, so everybody's sold out of the sole plates.
Damn it.
So I
But
want to
you,
put them
you
in
know,
those.
you can use other. You can use the shadows. You can use the shadow plates or the UST7s or any other plate or
Well, I
even.
need to get so. I want to put them on. I want to put them on those carbons. Because I can't. Those razors. It's just hard to like make tight, and I don't like the way they feel on those
Yeah,
boots.
but even the
You know,
carbon
razors,
freeze, if
like,
you're gonna use the straps.
they're made for aggressive skating. They're not made for like anything else.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't have a fully formed opinion on the K2 frames. I know people like them that have had them. I know some people have sold them right away. So we'll see.
And did the wheels last longer than
The wheels, dude. I found the wheels. They have a place here. It's called the Velo Way. It's a 3-mile hilly paved like asphalt loop that's only for cycling and rollerblading. And there's a lot of like speed skaters and stuff that skate there.
Yeah.
And I was there one day. I skate. It's down south. I skate there sometimes. And I was there for like there was a set of 8 Atom wheels just chilling. And I was there for like 4 hours, and they were still there when I left. So I just took them and I put those on those K2 R100s. So
wheels.
I basically got like they were like they were used. So I would assume somebody just like put new wheels on and left those, but they're like barely used. Like they're in pretty good shape. And I was like, because I wasn't stoked on having to buy 4 100 wheels as well as the frames. So it like really worked out well. But I just have to like who finds 8
Yeah, like
100 millimeter wheels to put on some frames, but that's never gonna happen again.
I was lucky, man. You never know. Well, did they have bearings?
No, I ordered the Wicked bearings with the frames.
Okay, that's all. And you got them in America, right?
No, I got them from a shop in Canada.
Oh, that Pro Skaters place or something like that.
Yeah,
right?
it was the only place that had the frames left. Like Mick Castles found them online. They had 4 pairs of frames left, and so me, Mick, and Michael Kraft, all from here in Austin, ordered 3 of the last 4 they had.
Oh, so that's sick. Like they're also I think they're the only place that usually have all the power slides stock too. Every time there's like a
Really?
new product, they're the first.
Hey.
If I'm not wrong, they're the first place to get them.
To be honest, I'd never heard of the store until Mick sent me a link. Like, I've never heard of the place, because I know like Shop Task it's in Toronto. Shop Task is in Toronto. I obviously know them.
Yeah, you know
but that Pro
what's his
Skaters
name?
place
Bill Stoppard. You know Bill Stoppard, the guy that guy.
Is he the guy who does VODs? I mean, not the VODs, like the online.
Yeah,
video
those
stuff?
the vlogs.
I
like-
only know him because one of the kids that skates here follows his video stuff. He was talking about it.
Yeah, that guy is like he's skating with those. What's the name of those skates? The Rhine. I think the brand is Rhine. It's a OK brand, and it's a OK brand from Powerslide too. And these
Okay.
guys skates with those skates, and he got those skates through Pro Skaters Place. I think that's the name, Pro Skaters Place or something like that.
It's Pro Skaters Place. Like that, they were like, I mean, it seems like a good shop. They have everything and free shipping and whatever. Like,
Free shipping.
and it came fast. It came fast from Canada. Like, but I mean, it's the first. I mean, I don't know. I guess the last thing I ordered from a shop was I got 3 sets of undercover 110 wheels from. Oh no, I got 4. Wait, I got 3 sets of 6 undercover 110 wheels from Inline Warehouse.
That's sick.
That was the last thing I bought.
How does it feel for you, like after being for so long, like having your own brands and all that stuff? How does it feel for you, like to put money into? Like a lot of people say there's no industry, but there's something if you put money, like if you bought the wheels.
It's I mean, it's nice supporting it, but I'd rather buy aggressive wheels because they're way cheaper. Those 110 wheels, like it's a lot of like.
It is.
It's been a bummer because having to buy. Okay, a lot of people who skate in the 110s, like they're not skating nearly as far as I skate or anything like that, and so for me having to buy new wheels every month, like really sucks because it's really expensive. Like it really sucks, and So it sucks. It sucks at the point where I'd rather start a wheel company than have my own wheels.
So tell me, like if you start a wheel, if you start
which I'm like thinking about doing.
No,
like,
if you start a wheel company, what's going to be what wheel do you want to make? Like, what's the difference? What needs to be different with your wheels?
Well, I'd like to have a wheel with a thicker core. Something with a core that's not going to crack as easy.
Okay.
What you know what I mean? I don't even. I have like the places where we used to get wheels made. I don't even know if any of them make 100. Or anything like that. 110s.
Is that in America or that's in Asia?
Well, let me see. We got wheels made in America, Italy, and Asia.
Okay.
Italy, Thailand, and the U.S.
Yeah, because I remember that.
So the U.S. wheels were the first ones.
They were the first ones, right?
They're the worst. The wheels we got made in the U.S. We only got the only wheels we made in the U.S. is when we were running low on wheels, and you order the wheels, it takes like 3-4 months for them to arrive, and if we ran out, we would order those 60 millimeter wheels in the U.S.
Okay, was that Libido or something like that?
Yeah, it was Lebeda, and I think Lebeda wheels were terrible, and it's like all the like 100 and plus wheel companies all use Lebeda, like it's all the same wheel. So I mean, maybe they've made their wheels better, but I never thought they were that good at wheels. They were just convenient being close right by San Diego.
And have you tried scooter wheels?
No, I haven't tried scooter wheels.
Yeah, because they're supposed to be a lot stronger because all the impact that those kids.
I think like some of them have metal cores, but they're supposed to be really heavy.
Yeah, they're a lot heavier, but I think there's different ones. I have no idea, and I do know that I think the urethane is a little bit harder too, and that's something that I've been seeing now.
On eBay, and it's just I'd like to, before dumping money on random wheels, I'd like to know if they suck or not first.
I'll let you know in about 3-4 weeks. I'm waiting on an order, and then I've put in my order some scooter wheels, but they're like 100 millimeters, not 110s. But I want to try them just to see if they feel any different. I think they're gonna be a lot stiffer. I like the stiffness on the Matter wheels, like I told you, like the racing wheels. So I want to try the scooter wheels just to see that. I know they're going to be a lot heavier, but the truth is, like, man, I don't know if I'm gonna feel that much difference. I want to try it, so I can let you know after. So if you start a wheel brand, then I can tell if you can go for the scooter wheels.
I mean, I gotta try more wheels. It's just the wheels they're so expensive. Like, I can't justify spending $200 on some Matter wheels and then having them break in a month.
Yeah, I know.
Like not knowing.
What are you doing? What are you doing for a living now?
What do I do for a living? Yeah. I sell on eBay. I've been doing, like, even when we were doing Rat Tail and stuff, I always sold on eBay with like John Elliott on the side. And basically when I moved back to Austin, I just do it full time, and I basically sell. I buy and resell like a lot of like high end women's clothing and like footwear and just different things. I kind of I can go to a thrift store and I just know what sells, so I just spend 3 days a week shopping. And I take photos. Like this morning, I shot photos of everything about this week, and I list on eBay.
Do you have like a little studio or something where you do it, or are you just doing?
I set up like a little backdrop in the garage.
Yeah, you got it all sorted, so it's just.
Yeah.
What about John?
But it was nice. Every time I do a skate trip, I also make it a shopping trip. Yeah. So I stop at some thrift stores, buy some things, and then I ride off my whole skate trip.
That's cool.
So.
And what about John? Is he he's not skating, right? But is he still doing lemonade?
No, John hasn't skated since like Leading the Blind or something era. What was your question? What else?
Is he still doing lemonade?
No, lemonade. I don't know the details. I know that it's on hiatus right now. I think there was some issues with the manufacturer or something like that.
Yeah, it took a little bit too long for the skates to come out, huh?
Yeah, I think the marketing and everything, the photography was superb.
Yeah, it was amazing. He was doing like a really nice job promoting the product, but it didn't have the product, right?
I expected it to, be pretty successful, but I only, I don't have much contact with John these days. I talk to him, every couple months.
But you guys are like cool, right, with each other?
Yeah, I mean, we're still friends. Everything got sour with the whole rat tail shit, but we're still talking. When I go to San Diego, we hang out.
That's cool. I saw something on Facebook today. Like, no, it wasn't today. It was like last week or something. You said something about like the bad times in California. Did you really hate it that bad? Did you really hate Cali?
Oh yeah. Do I really hate Cali that bad?
Yeah.
I hate the memories of San Diego, but I do want to go back soon. And I went there 3 years ago. We went to San Diego with Jeremy Bay, and we stayed with John. We were there for Halloween, and we ate. There's so much good food out there, seafood, and San Diego's like, as far as big wheel skating, like there's a lot of paths and trails and nice roads, and I kind of want to. I was thinking about taking the Amtrak train out there, and for a long weekend and going skating and eating sometime in the near future.
That's cool. And downhill skating? No
There's
downhill skating for you.
Dude, me and Jared did a downhill skating in Zagreb, in Croatia.
Yeah, I know Zagreb.
We skated up some mountain there,
sick,
like just
man.
some ski area.
That's something that needs to be way more explored somehow. Cause like
that was really scary because, like, had we driven down the road first, like in a car or something, to see how the road actually is, like instead of blindly bombing like a mountain that's really like curvy and not knowing if there's flats or if it's all down or
if there's cars.
Like I would have done it again after the first time knowing the road, but there's no way in hell I was skating back up the mountain because we skated up the mountain. Like, and that was really, really hard skating up that mountain, like really hard, and it was steep and like it was like really, really a terrible skate uphill, and
but a good story, man. It was a terrible
scary.
skate, but you got a good story after.
Yeah, I mean, it was beautiful, like, but yeah, it would definitely be cool to do that downhill again. And I also, if I did it again, I would wear a helmet because not having a helmet on that downhill, it was so fast and gnarly.
Yeah, there's two things about downhill. Like the first thing is like, it's not just for downhill. It's like off-road especially. You need protection. Like off-road or downhill, you need protection. That's it. I'm not even going to talk like about just skating because I don't know, for some people it's not cool. I've been trying to use it as much as I can, but every now and then I still like forget it or it's too hot or whatever. But then other than that, it's just like videos, man. I don't know, like inline skating, like we can go so fast on downhill, like, and you see like all these downhill skateboarding videos and then you got like amazing stuff. But when it comes to inline skating, you never saw like a proper, like well-made inline downhill skating video.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask in the group if there's any good downhill skating videos because everything I've seen looks like it was filmed in the like 90s.
Yeah, there's like nothing like proper like filmed nowadays. Like, man, I do have a gimbal. We have like drones, we have gimbals, we have like all the best cameras that we can film whatever. And I don't know. Like I live in a place with all these downhill, like some of the best downhill skateboarders in the world, they come to Cape Town just to film around here, and we end up not doing it. I don't know. It's just something that needs to be explored still a lot more.
I talked to some of the downhill guys about doing some things on the website because I really don't know anything about it at all.
There's this guy that he's from, I don't know where he's from. I know he skates for Rollerblade. He used to be really good in aggressive skating, and he's getting into. He got like also really good at downhill skating. This Gabe Holm, you know him?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, from what I know, he's been winning events and like downhill events. But that's another example. Like I'm pretty sure that he's really, really good, but we haven't seen anything to, you know. Like,
I mean, just the like until we started doing that, until I started a Facebook page, I didn't even know that there was downhill frame companies. You know, like
yeah.
And there's like several of them, and it's like, you know, the thing about downhilling that's funny to me is it's awesome, you get a rush, but it's like you don't really like these guys aren't skating up the mountain to go skate down it, like they're driving up the mountain.
You need cars. You need cars. It's more like,
you know,
it's
like
just
when
like
me and Jared did that mountain in Zagreb, like we skated up that bitch, and it was more rewarding.
Man, you see, like they have like cars doing like just like when they go skiing. Like the forfeit for skiing, like you need to have someone just bringing you up, and then you do the whole thing down again. And
well, I mean, I think it would be fun to do like you know, on those like 150s or whatever. Someone go up, take the lifts up to the ski areas and stuff during summer.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That would be cool because, you know, like all the mountain bikers do that.
Yeah, but they have like the proper places to do it. Like we could do it. Like I know that in France, there was this guy. He was the Portuguese street skating champion like 2 years in a row. He used to live in France, and I think he's back in France again. His name is Pedro Ferreira, and he was working in a ski resort, and then that ski resort in the summer becomes like a downhill bicycle resort, something like that. So basically they do bicycle in the summer and skiing in the winter.
Yeah, that's how all the ski places in America are.
Yeah, so
like Colorado, California, like every single one of them. Like all my friends that ride bikes out here, they all do that, or they go to Canada to Whistler, because all the ski resorts are mountain biking in the summer.
Man, and you saw that Werbeski video that was made in one of those places. He made a video.
Yeah.
It was all filmed with a phone, and he got like almost 1 million views on YouTube. Like it got kind of like viral. It's crazy. Like now imagine if the whole thing is filmed like with a proper camera and like, I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, filming stuff like that would be, you definitely need some better gear and some drones and stuff. Like, and some multiple people filming, I guess. I don't know. It's like a production.
Yeah, but nowadays, all the video gear is just so much more accessible than it used to be. So, and all of us have a friend that have these or that or whatever. A few years ago, it would be just impossible. Now it's just probably just so easy that somehow we get lazy and we just don't do it. I don't know.
Right.
Anyway.
Well, hopefully we can get some fire under people's asses with the website.
Yeah.
I'm like people doing some things.
Yeah, I think once there's like a place where we can put everything together, I think that there's only one way for that, and that is success. So.
Yeah.
And it's like. Yeah. What?
Have you seen that Power Slide Tri-Skate magazine?
I've seen it in Kenneth's iPad, and Kenneth was the one doing the whole thing, basically. And then when I saw the printing at Expo, it wasn't the best, so Kenneth wasn't really happy with it, but they still made a few changes. And from what I know, the final one should be quite cool, but I don't have it yet. It's coming in my order, so still waiting a few weeks. But from what I know, people that saw it, they like it. It's more like an
I need to get them. I need to hit Power Slide up and have them mail me one or something.
Yeah, I think that Pro Skaters Place have it, and I'm not sure if Roller Warehouse or Inline Warehouse or something like that.
Yeah, well, I probably have to order something to get it, right?
Yeah, probably. But if you're ordering wheels every month.
Yeah, well.
No, but I know.
I'd like to end that. I'd like to end that someday.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Maybe have somebody start. Maybe I can get some sort of wheel sponsor for distance skating.
Man, if you start doing, I think that's how it works, right? If you start doing the website, and if you're promoting like skating differently, and if you're helping skating in a different way, I'm pretty sure like brands will be keen to do it. either like one of
Yeah,
the power
well,
slide brands or even MPC or whatever. I'm pretty sure
Right.
brands will be keen to have the main guy or the guy trying to make something work using their product. So
yeah,
that's just you know it. Like,
yeah.
just
No,
look
I
at you.
know.
Like, you started working at Daily Bread, and the whole thing, the way things went, like, you had your own
Yeah.
brand and all that stuff, and now you're even talking about starting your own wheel brand. So you need to call it 3x3.
3x3. Yeah. That'd be funny, I guess. I'll think about. I'll sleep on.
Okay, yeah, man. It's 11. What time is it there?
It's 4:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah,
We've been talking for
yeah,
how long?
Yeah, 1.5 hour. Huh? I'm pretty sure people will enjoy to hear your ideas, and the main idea for me to do this is like, man, you're starting something new, and we want more people to know about it, and the more we cross audiences, the better this thing works.
Well,
the
I
main
just
reason.
can't believe how fast it's gone with people. Just since we posted a page, just how fast people have gotten on there and buying blades. Like,
Yeah, but the
so
thing
many
is,
people bought blades just that page.
but
which
now
is
imagine
crazy.
this. That's just one audience, and now imagine if you make that guy that I just told you, Bill Stoppard. He has like 38,000 subscribers
I've
on
been
YouTube. And
With
then,
that Instagram page, I've been adding so many like slalom skaters and speed skaters.
yeah, that's the thing.
Like so many of them.
You need to
We're
start.
all over. I can't believe how many fucking skaters there are in Spanish-speaking countries. It's insane.
Yeah, South America
Like,
is
South
huge, man. South
Spain,
America.
Like doing these big wheel the challenges on the internet. On my phone, like the app that I use for skating that tracks miles. All the challenges I'm part of, like everyone on them's from Spain, like everyone, and they do like 2,000. They've already done like 2,000, 3,000 miles because there's so many places to skate there. Like, it's insane.
But are they from Spain or from?
All those people from Spain. Like all these like people I've been finding on Instagram are from like South America or like Indonesia or like random places or Iran or like all over the place.
Yeah, like slalom. It's huge in Asia. Like from what I know, in China is like a big thing, and there's like a lot of even if it's just a small thing. If it's a small thing for them, they have so much more population that a small thing for them will be a lot bigger than everywhere else. So,
I mean, just in Barcelona, like the amount of people we saw doing slalom was, and all kinds of people, like old people, like hipsters, like little kids.
Man,
I swear, like 1% of Barcelona rollerblades. Like,
I know.
So many people.
The last time I was there, like 2 months ago, you know this guy Pablo Soler.
Yeah.
Pablo is like really, really good at sliding. So I met Pablo. I think it was like Friday, and then we were speaking about meeting up on Saturday morning. And Saturday morning I met him, and he was doing like a slide class. And then they have like slide classes. Some shops have just sliding classes, and then it's more than one shop doing sliding classes, and they do like slalom classes, out to stop classes. Yes.
I'm surprised. Yeah, like Rue has their classes every Saturday, or Roex, whatever, every Saturday.
Yeah,
like so many people.
But it's more than one shop doing it, and that's amazing, man. It's just. But they also have it in Poland.
They have so many shops there. Was pretty crazy.
But they also have it in Poland. Like from what I know, like the Polish scene is also growing a lot. Like those guys from Skate and Bladeville, which is kind of like the same thing. They're like they've been making skating grow a lot. I remember the first time I went to Poland was like 2005. I went for this Skate tour, and skating was like starting to pick up there. But they never gave up, and they took skating to like TV so many times and to all kinds of media. And like skating is like a big thing in Poland too. So I don't know. Maybe we have a lot to learn with those guys.
Yeah. I saw a lot of Polish people on that Instagram too.
Yeah. It is there. Okay, man. I think we're gonna wrap it up.
All right, dude.
Okay, it was nice talking to you, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, good talking to you too. I'll see you someday.
Also, no, we need to speak this.
I'll send you those questions in the next couple of days.
Okay, and I'll try to finish the pictures that I need to send you tomorrow. So for everyone listening to this should be out like in a few days, and a few days later or a few weeks later there should be something the opposite way, which is you writing about me.
Perfect.
Okay, cheers, man. Thank you so much.
All right,
bye.
Later.
And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this little talk with Mr. Jan Welsh, and if you want to hear more of this, you know what to do. Subscribe to the channel down in the down in the right side. There's a little subscribe button, and then on the side there's like a bell. Click on that and you'll get notifications every time I upload something. Okay, bye. Bye, guys. Cheers.
Vou viver até quando